One of the things I hear quite often is, well, why take advice when I can just figure it out myself using Google or Claude or ChatGPT? And I think that's an interesting question when, of course, there is so much information around the place. Of course, not all of it is correct. The thing to be aware of is your estate planning is a bit of a moving target. We set things up initially to reflect the current situation and what is going on right now. But as we know, life changes, tax changes, legislation changes. And so as things progress as you go through the rest of your life, it's really, really important the plans are kept up to date. So the use of an advisor is really critical because firstly, it means that any changes to legislation or to taxation can be taken into account in your planning that maybe you wouldn't be aware of. But I actually think the main thing that should make people think twice about doing everything entirely themselves is the fact that what happens as you progress through retirement is typically capacity fails, one spouse will die, and then the inheritance tax situation really kicks in at the point of second death. Now, if that's the case, if you've made the plans yourself and you both died by the time the impact is kicking in, really that doesn't make an awful lot of sense because the person making the plans is no longer around to help. So the sensible person works closely with a qualified and competent advisor to build a plan based on their own specification, and the security of knowing that that plan is implemented by someone who's a safe pair of hands at the point of second death, I think is fundamental.